All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the one and only Inland Sports Show. It is a big week across the IE for local sports. We got a really good show tonight. Really excited about it. Of course, we're going to talk about CBU men's and women's basketball getting to the NCAA Tournament. March Madness is upon us, so we'll talk about the Lancers in just a moment. We got Murrieta Mesa softball. They might be the number one team in the state and the entire country. They are off to an undefeated start. The expectations are sky high, and they've got a really good team. They got a handful of strong seniors and some really talented underclassmen. Coach Romero doing another fantastic job with the Rams. And we'll talk a little high school baseball as well. At the end of the show, we're going to hear from Mike Carpentier, the head coach at Aquinas High School in San Bernardino. So if you've gone this far, give this video a like and subscribe to the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. If you haven't done so already, we'd really appreciate it and help us spread the word. We're also all over social media, mostly on X and Instagram, a little bit on Facebook, so you can find us there as well. All right, let's start with some college hoops, and we've got to talk about CBU. Both the men's and women's basketball teams won the Western Athletic Conference tournament title to punch that automatic ticket to the big dance. On the men's side, they will take on the University of Kansas Jayhawks, one of the true blue bloods in all of college hoops. The Lancers and the Jayhawks will meet on Friday night in San Diego in the first round of the NCAA Tournament. It's a Kin Sporting Goods must-see game. I know a ton of people are going to make that short trip down to San Diego to see CBU make their March Madness debut. If you can't, it'll also be on, I believe, at CBS. It's going to be the primetime game Friday night. I think the 6:45 p.m. tip-off down in San Diego. Viejas Arena, home of San Diego State, between CBU and the University of Kansas, man. What a draw for the Lancers. Meanwhile, the women's basketball team, they will open up the NCAA tournament on the road against UCLA. The Lancers are a 16 seed. UCLA is a number 1. And that's a tough draw for the Lancers. In fact, it's also a rematch for the Lancers. This is not the first time they've made the NCAA tournament. They made it 2 seasons ago in 2024. And the same thing happened. CBU had to go on the road and play UCLA in the first round. That was their maiden voyage in the NCAA tournament. It's also a Kin Sporting Goods must-see game. So we got CBU women and men playing in the first round of the NCAA tournament on Friday and Saturday, respectively. And again, they had to get to this point by winning the WAC tournament title in Las Vegas last week. That was the only way they were going to get to the NCAA tournament with that automatic spot. And it was also the final year of the WAC. Remember, CBU will be moving to the Big West Conference, while the WAC will morph into something new to start a kind of like a football conference next season. So let's go back to the WAC tournament for just a moment for our Bass Athletics Play of the Week. Inland Sports. Well, you just had to see it. It was Dominique Daniels Jr. cementing his name as the greatest Lancer of all. I mean, he's already had a historic season, and now he's the star player to lead CBU to its first NCAA tournament. Against Utah Valley, he was clutch, especially down the stretch. He hit some huge three-pointers. That one tied the game at 60, and this one with the Lancers down by 1 with about 14 seconds left. He hits the go-ahead three-pointer, and that would do it. Utah Valley would miss a dunk in the final seconds, and that would have only tied the game. So CBU wins 63-61 against Utah Valley for the WAC Tournament Championship to earn that automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. So if you do that, you make school history, and you do it in dramatic fashion, it's got to be a Bass Athletics Play of the Week. Go crazy, Lancers, because you are going to March Madness. And there's Dom. His family was also in attendance. And we had a chance to talk to Dominique Daniels Jr. We did a special Lancers Athletic podcast with Dom. We got the video version here for the Inland Sports Show. We talked about that crazy WAC tournament. We talked about the season as a whole. Dom had an incredible year. I mean, he passed 3,000 career points. He broke a school record, dropping 47 points in one game. That happened against Utah Valley. It was a crucial game at the time. So a lot to get to. We check in with Dominique Daniels Jr. as the Lancers get ready to take on the Kansas Jayhawks on Friday at the Big Dance.
Inland Sports.
It is Mr. March, Dominique Daniels Jr. from the CBU men's basketball team, fresh off that WAC tournament championship. Dom, you guys are in March Madness, man. Has it just sunk in yet? Are you still kind of enjoying that moment or preparing for Kansas? I mean, what's going on right now?
I'm still kind of soaking it in. It's truly a surreal feeling. I can't really explain the feeling. I feel like you just have to be there in that moment when the buzzer went off, but it's starting to die down for me a little bit. I'm starting to, lock back in for this next game. But it was a surreal moment for me, for sure.
Well, Dom, going back to the start of the season, maybe even when you transferred, to CBU from SBVC, from the onset, was the goal to get to March Madness, to lead the Lancers for the first time to the NCAA tournament? In your mind, was like that was the ultimate goal for you?
Yeah, that was definitely the ultimate goal for me. I feel like anywhere that I would have ended up, that would have been the goal for me. So the fact that I got to come to a school that had never been before and to do it and to get it done is truly a blessing because, the coaching staff, this is their first time going. This is a lot of the guys on the team first time going. This is my first time going. So I'm just happy that we were able to get the job done.
All right, getting the job done. Let's rewind back to that championship game at the WAC tournament, taking on Utah Valley. Dom, I'm going to be honest, man. With about 3 minutes left in the game, I was stressed out, man. I was really stressed out for you guys. But you had some huge three-pointers in clutch time. I think you had one that tied at 60, and then, of course, the go-ahead three-pointer with about 14 seconds left in the game. I think even the announcers said it, and I think everyone in the arena knew that you were going to take that shot, man. Did you know, hey, this, you're a team guy. I know you're a team player, but listen, with the game on the line, you wanted the ball in your hands, right?
Yeah, definitely wanted the ball in my hands. I felt like I could make something happen, and it just turned out to be a memorable moment that I'll never forget for the rest of my life. So, I had to take that last shot.
Dom, you had, a couple three-pointers leading up to that final one to give you guys the lead with about 14 seconds of play. I mean, were you just feeling confident? Were you feeling like, man, that rim just looks really big right now? I feel like everything I'm putting up is going to go in.
So it was a point in the game, getting towards the end of the game. I drove the ball, and I felt like I got fouled, missed the layup, the ref didn't call it. Utah Valley gets the rebound, they come down past half court and call timeout. And I looked up at the clock as I'm walking back to the bench, and I looked at the score, and I just told myself anything can happen in March. And then after that, I pretty much just locked in and kind of zoned everything out. And I just, I hit those shots for us to be able to get the job done. So it was, like I said before, that Mamba mentality kind of just kicked in.
Now, Dom, right after the victory, I think you ran, I assume that's your family, right? Was your family at the Orleans Arena, maybe your mom? What was that like moments after winning the WAC title, knowing you're going to the big dance and being able to celebrate with your family like that?
It was crazy. I always dream of a moment like that. Having my family at the game, a big moment in the game, and then for the buzzer to go off, and then just to see them, the excitement on their faces, all my cousins and my uncles, aunties, grandmothers, my mom, my dad, and it was just crazy just to see all their reactions, and I was just so happy to have them there and just to be able to celebrate with my brothers as well on the court. So that's another moment I'll never forget.
All right, Dom, I know you're WAC champions, but let's circle back to the start of conference play. You guys go on the road. You start 0-3 in WAC play. What was that mindset inside that locker room that, I don't know if you guys looked around the locker room and said, hey, we got a lot of talent. We can still turn things around. We're not going to get down on ourselves. What was that like? And what do you think it says about this team that you guys didn't fold, man? You showed fight and you came back and now you're WAC champions.
I feel like it's the trust that we have. built between one another. Once we lost that third game on the road to Tarleton, we just looked at each other and said that we just got to get better. And we got back home, we watched the film, and then we just got back to work. So it's just the factor that we have to, want to get better and want to win games and succeed. It truly will take your team a long way.
Dom, what was it like watching the selection show for the NCAA tournament? You see California Baptist pop up, then you see the Kansas Jayhawks. I mean, was that like another surreal moment? Like, man, we really did it. We're here. We're on the biggest stage. We're going to play one of the blue bloods, right? One of the, traditional college basketball powerhouses. You have a chance to, maybe shock the world again.
Yeah, that was definitely another surreal moment. Just to be able to see that in person and to be a part of it, it was truly special. We had some of our fans watching us as well, so that was another special moment. And just to be able to play against a really, really good team like Kansas is, it's a great opportunity, not just for me, but for the guys on the team as well.
Do you feel like going into this game that basically you guys have nothing to lose, right? Like, it's your first time there, you're a 13 seed, Kansas is the 4, all the pressure's on them, and like you said, anything can happen in March. I mean, do you feel like going in there, hey, let's just go play our brand of basketball? Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, that's pretty much all we got to do is just play the way that we play, play the way we practice and prepare for this game, and, just have fun with it. At the end of the day, this is a truly special moment for this program and for the school as well. Both teams, men's and women's, making it. So it's, we just got to have fun and have as much fun as we can with this moment.
Okay, Dom, so someone asked me the other day to kind of describe the way you play. And I've said this before, I think I've even told you this. I just feel like you are fearless and you want that moment. Like, you're not afraid to come up in that big moment for your team. But also, I mean, like, how would you describe the way you play? Because I feel like, you're very humble and you're very modest, but you are, the alpha dog, right? Like, you want the ball in your hands. You want to take that shot with the game on the line. So how would you kind of describe the way you approach being a team player, but also being able to meet that moment, right? And take that shot knowing how much is on the line?
I would say, pretty much like fearless like that. It's just, I'll live with the outcome of whatever anyone has to say about me. Like, I don't really care what anyone has to say about me. You can have an opinion. That doesn't mean I'm going to, feed into your opinion or, get down on how you feel about me. As long as I know what I can do and my teammates know what I can do and my coaches know what I can do and I know what I can do. So nothing else or nothing anybody says really matters.
Dom, let me follow up with this too, because I feel like, you're a bona fide star, but you also kind of play with like a chip on your shoulder. Like you're still trying to, prove everybody wrong or something. I mean, do you feel like every time you take the floor, like, hey, I got to go out there and remind everyone that I can still do this? Do you play with a chip on your shoulder, even though you've already reached that star status?
Yeah, I play with a chip on my shoulder every game. No matter who we're playing, top 5, Power 5 school, a lower level school, it doesn't matter. I feel like a lot of people overlook me, and people still do overlook me. So it's like, okay, I'm going to show you why you need to pay attention to me. At the end of the day, I feel like I've been overlooked for a long time, and now I'm here to show people that it's time to stop that overlooking.
All right, Dom, so my daughter Noelle went to the final CBU basketball regular season game, and you guys picked up that big win, and she told me, she's like, I can't leave the game without getting a picture with Dom. Because, as she put it, getting a picture with Dom is aura. And I was like, okay, we're going to get you that pic before we leave. My question for you, though, is The way this community has embraced you and this team this season, not just in Riverside, but the whole Inland Empire, man. Like, everyone's behind you. You've become a household name. People love CBU basketball. What can you say about the way the community has just surrounded you guys with so much support and love and encouragement, man? They love you guys.
It's crazy to think about. We love our fans just as much as they love us, but I feel like the way that they show us love is like unmatched to any other school or any other program because, they're always here. We see them around campus. We talk to them on campus, off campus. It's pretty much like a family type of thing. And it's not just on campus, like outside of campus people. It's like really a family here at CBU. So you don't really get that at a lot of schools these days. So it's truly special to have and be a part of. And it's something I'll definitely miss.
All right, Dom, finally, to any CBU basketball fans listening, what any parting messages to all the fans who might be watching or making the short trip down to San Diego to see you guys play on Friday night against the Jayhawks? Anything you want to tell them?
I just want to tell them that I appreciate all the love, all the support that they've given me this past 3 years, and I'll never forget everything that you guys have done for me. I hope I've made you guys proud in a way. I'll never forget all the little moments, all the little conversations we've had on the court, off the court, all the interactions that we've all had, and I love you guys. So we're going to go down to San Diego, and we're going to compete to the best of our ability. That's up.
All right, Dom, I got one follow-up question because we all want to know, have you decided what shoes you're going to wear for the NCAA tournament? Because you're a sneakerhead, you're a big shoe guy, and I think against Utah Valley you had the, it's like Superman colors, sneakers out there. Have you decided what you're going to go with on Friday?
I'm still thinking about it. The shoes I've been wearing the past 2 games have been doing me pretty well, so we'll see. But I'm still thinking about it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Dominique Daniels Jr. Join us here on the Lancers Athletic Podcast, CBU versus Kansas, Friday night in San Diego. Dom, go get him, man. Rock, chalk, shock the Jayhawks in this one, man.
Appreciate you, Pat.
Inland Sports.
All right, good luck to Dom and the Lancers Friday against the University of Kansas Jayhawks, and the women's basketball team taking on UCLA, a couple of blue bloods, but the Lancers ready to go out there and shock the world, as I put it for Dom. Rock, chalk, shock the Jayhawks on Friday night. Why not, right? CBU, the 13 seed, Kansas, the 4. All right, when we come back, we're going to take a very quick commercial break, but when we come back here, we're going to recap Centennial girls basketball winning the CIF State Division I championship, and also the Murrieta Mesa Rams softball team trying to bring home a championship this year. We will be right back with more Inland Sports Show right after this.
Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Bass Athletics in Corona, driven by passion and hard work, Bass Athletics helps student athletes push their limits, compete with heart, and build the discipline to succeed in sports, school, and life. Visit bassathletics.com. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands with Dr. Marcus Paulson. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist that you can trust. And Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken. The Inland Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Marcus Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Paulson Orthodontics. We make braces fun.
One thing that's not talked about enough when it comes to athletic development.
I think a lot of times we think about sacrifice and it's just doing more of the things that we enjoy doing. You ain't really working hard if you're just training. You're just doing a lot of the things that you like doing. Working hard is doing the things that you don't enjoy doing. That's hard work, right? Like, it's easy to get up every single day, at least for me, and hit the weights, you know what I mean? Like, hard work is doing the things that are hard for you. That's the message that gets lost in the sauce with these kids. That sacrifice is, look, I'm not going to train today because I have a project due tomorrow. I need to make sure I get that done. Or the sacrifice is that I need to get some sleep so I'm not a zombie in class tomorrow. It's about making the right decisions that are going to help you instead of saying no days off and working, and then you work yourself into a situation where you get hurt, or you work yourself so bad that, you can't focus in the classroom. The sacrifice is doing the things that you don't want to do.
All right, we are back here on the Inland Sports Show. We're going to hear from the Murrieta Mesa Rams softball team in just a moment, but we have a bonus Bass Athletics play of the week. It takes us up to Sacramento.
Inland Sports.
The Centennial High School girls basketball team taking on the Clovis Cougars for the Division I state championship at Golden One Center, the home of my Sacramento Kings, and the Huskies get the job done. In fact, it was tied 33-33 at halftime, but the third quarter was the pivotal frame in this game. Centennial outscored Clovis 19-12 in the third quarter, and that would be the difference in this game. The Huskies go on to hold off the Cougs up in Sacramento for the Division I state championship. The final score in this one, 73-66 Centennial. They've had so much success in football, boys basketball. Now girls basketball gets a CIF Division I state championship. It's a Bass Athletics play of the week. Congratulations to the Centennial Huskies, for winning the state title up there in an NBA arena. Congratulations to them. All right, now let's talk some softball, man. The Inland Empire, once again, the home to many great softball teams, and right now, the best in the state, maybe the best in the nation. Right now, they're just focusing on the next game in front of them. We're talking about the Murrieta Mesa Rams. In fact, on yesterday, they beat Temecula Valley by a score of 12-zip. The Rams are now 13-0 on the season. They're highly ranked, depending what rankings you're looking at. They're at the top or near the top. It doesn't matter. They are highly ranked. The expectations are big. Coach Romero's doing a great job. And think about this. Murrieta Mesa, they recently won a football CIF championship. And the boys basketball team just won a CIF Southern Section title. Could the Rams softball team do it against there? Murrieta Mesa turning into Title Town down there. So let's check in with Coach Romero and the Murrieta Mesa softball team here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show as we hit the softball diamond with the Murrieta Mesa Rams. Coach Romero and the Rams join us here on the show. And Coach, you guys are off to a terrific undefeated start right now. You've beaten some really good teams. What stands out to you about the Rams so far this season? What's that secret ingredient about having a championship caliber team?
So far, like, our chemistry's been awesome. Our team chemistry, and just putting in the work day in and day out. But our team chemistry has been just good. We have a mixture of girls. We have a young core. We have some seasoned veterans, and we got some underclassmen that are key contributors also. It's just a mixture. It's a mixing pot. But we just, like I said, everybody's working hard, and the chemistry's been really good.
Coach, you mentioned like it's a good blend, right? It's a good mix of, you got a handful of seniors that are key players, but you got a lot of younger players, playing key roles on this Murrieta Mesa team. Not that you're surprised by the success you're having this year, but did you think in a roundabout way, maybe like next year or the year after that would be the year? Are you surprised how well they're playing already right now?
Yeah, it's been a surprise, but we see them day in and day out in practice, and we know what they're capable of with their talents and their abilities. For us, it was we have great pitching, so coming into the season, I'm like, we can play with anybody because our pitching is good, and we're going to be in some good games. Our concern was, are we going to be able to score runs and cash in big hits when we need them? And as of now, we have. Our team's showing a lot of growth in that area where the 2-out situational hitting, or just moving runners over, playing the small ball and turning over the lineup, to give the big dogs up top the opportunities to hit. So it's been pretty good, man. So far, so good. It's been working, and like I said, it's been a good run so far.
Well, you mentioned pitching, and you got a handful of really good seniors, including Lily Hauser. I don't know if Lily's back there in the group somewhere, but Lily has been there. She is. Lily, if you could just speak real loudly for us, what has been working for you in the circle this season? You've been dominating.
Last year, obviously, was kind of a struggle for me. I just didn't have a lot of things. I lost a lot of confidence. So this year, I came in with a give it your all mentality, because obviously it's my last year and I really wanted to go out with a bang. So if something's not working, I keep gotta grind it. That change up, if it's not there, I keep throwing it and I'll gain confidence in it somehow, and just know that whoever's out there, I could beat them. Just have that confidence in myself and also my team behind me that we could get past any lineup.
Lily, I think you bring up a great point. I think that key word is confidence, right? So, like, maybe you do make a bad pitch or somebody gets a hit off you. You have to have that short-term memory, right? And be like, hey, I'm a good pitcher. The next pitch is going to be even better. So you have to, as a pitcher inside the circle, is a lot of it just between the ears and just having that positive mindset that you can get the job done?
Definitely. That has definitely been my biggest struggle in past years. I've had those mental breakdowns in the big games on the mound with all eyes on me. So I've had to learn as a senior that, hey, you can't let that happen anymore. You got little ones behind you watching how you play, watching how you do, how you react. And I've learned that I have to be that base and that glue for everyone that, hey, it's okay. We make an error. It's okay. I give up a home run. That's going to happen. So how are we going to bounce back from those obstacles that come is a really big thing that I've had to learn.
All right, Coach, let me go back to you because, I'm looking at all the scores, and you have had some close games. You've also had some blowouts as well. So in those close games specifically, I like Chino Hills. They're always good. Of course, Jay Sarah. I mean, what really stood out to you about your team in those close games against high-level competition that you guys found a way to win?
Just learning to finish, trusting each other, passing the bat to the next person. I think in that Chino Hills game, our freshman KK, our starting second baseman, freshman, she had all 3 RBIs in that game. So she had a double in the gap, scored 2 RBI. We had 2 RBIs there, and then she hit the walk-off sac fly. But we also had our base running's been awesome. We had a key steal by Addie. Where's Addie Parr? She's in here too. Another freshman that's embraced her role as just being a specialist at running bases. And she got it in a situation. And we had our senior Maddie Bishop hit one in the gap. So now with Addie's at second, she steals third, fly ball, game over. It's just passing it on, having confidence, trusting the next girl up. That's been our key this year. So it's been awesome.
You know, Coach, with so many young players, you know, getting significant playing time, how do you make sure that they're ready to go, right? Like they're, especially in these big moments against really good teams. I mean, it's not like you're going out there playing teams you never heard of. I mean, you're playing some really good teams and you're undefeated right now.
Honestly, just preparation. We have a great coaching staff, man. We've been here for, you know, our coach has been here for our program. And they love our school. They love our team. They love our community. And they put in their all. They put in their all every day in and day out. So our coaching staff, we get them ready to go. And like I said, it's all growth, too, just learning how to win and finish those games. And, you know, we might not win every game. We might not lose every game, but we're going to learn how to finish. And like I said, finishing that's the key. Learn how to finish these games, these tough 2-1 games, 3-2. But yeah, it's just like I said, it's the finishing part is what we're learning how to finish these tight games, and that's awesome to see from such a young core.
Yeah, especially so early on in the season, right? You know, like when May rolls around and you get into a close game, you're gonna be like, hey, we're comfortable, man. We've been here before. We've played tight games, right? Is that kind of your mindset too?
Yeah, I mean that's I always say that to everybody. You know, people ask me like, man, you know, you got to play in them. You learn how to be in these tough games. You learn how to play in the blowouts. You learn how to play every game. Play from behind. We were down. I mean, I think a couple years ago, we were down to Huntington Beach in the playoffs in the second round, 7-0. So we came back to beat them like 13-9. It was one of those, like you learn how to finish games. You're never out of it. Like I tell these girls, the game's not over till the last out is played. So you still got hope, right? Pass the bat on to the next girl. Find a way to get some runners on and make something happen on the bases, you know, cash in a big hit. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's been fun to watch. And honestly, like this group of girls, it's like they're just playing the game that they love. There's really not much pressure. They just go out there and play, like especially the young ones. And, you know, they're like, okay, it's just another game. Let's just play. All right, it's softball. Let's play.
It's supposed to be fun, right? I mean, they're out there because it's fun. They enjoy doing this. Coach, is Macy Clark there?
Yeah, she's right here.
Macy, you got 4 home runs. Now, it sounds like Coach is trying to say, hey, you know, I don't want to call it small ball, but, you know, we're trying to manufacture runs. We're trying to get runners around the base path. But, Macy, you got 4 home runs. You guys can hit the long ball as well. We talked about Lily and the pitching, but what has stood out to you about the offense this year for the Rams?
I would say our offense, we just pick each other up. We know we always have a goal every inning, every game, every at bat. We just have such a good approach, and we just make really good adjustments every inning, every game, every pitch. Like it's just like we're right on it.
Mm-hmm. You know, too, you know, I don't have all the stats in front of me, but like when you have runners in scoring position, have you guys hit pretty well with runners in scoring position? Or is that something that you guys feel like you can still get better at?
I mean, you can always get better at anything, but so far I think we've done a really good job at it. I think we all know that we have to score these runners. We have to hit line drives. We're not trying to pop up. We're trying to hit hard grounders. And I feel like everybody has really locked in on that, and it's definitely helped us a lot.
Awesome. Good job, Macy. Coach, let me go back to you. What was the tournament you just won? Was it the Dave Copps?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's a big one, right?
It's a big one, yeah. We've been there before. Like I said, we go out there every year for the last probably 7 or 8 years.
Uh-huh.
And we've played one time against Villa Park in the championship game, and we fell short. But it's a tough tournament. You see some great pitching. There's great teams out there. A lot of good California teams. You know, Arizona teams that are out there that are tough. And it's a fun weekend, man. Just competitive softball. You know, anybody can be beat. Anybody can win that thing. You just got to come and play your game. You know, bring your A game.
Coach, when you look at your schedule, are there certain milestones along the way that you're like, hey, let's get a tournament championship, let's win the Southwestern League, let's be in Division I for playoffs? Are there certain things that you guys are trying to hit over the course of the season?
Yeah, I mean, our goal is to win our league for it'd be the 6th peat. You know, our goal is to win our league for the 6th time this year. I mean, nobody's ever done it in the Southwestern League, so that's one of our goals. But the big goal is get in the CIF Division I playoffs and make a run and win that. That would be the ultimate. The ultimate goal is to win CIF Division I. Like I'm saying, we could play with anybody. We're not afraid of anybody, and we're ready to take on whoever comes this way. You know.
Well, I know you're ready. You're undefeated, and depending on what rankings you're looking at, I mean, number one in the state, maybe number one in the nation. How do you embrace those expectations? I don't want to say pressure, but that's pretty awesome to know that other people are thinking, hey, Murrieta Mesa is the team to beat.
Yeah, I mean, it is an honor, like, to be ranked that. But honestly, like, I tell the girls and I tell people, co-workers and coaches, I'm like, the only ranking that matters is the one at the end of the season, right? That's where we want to be. We want to be number one in the state, one in the nation at the end of the season. That's where we want to finish champions, number one. So, but it's awesome. It is an accomplishment. Not too many teams can say they've ever been, number one in the state and fifth in the nation and all that stuff. But, these girls grind every day. They work hard and, they've earned that.
Well, right now at the time of this interview, you guys are 12-0. You're in Southwestern League play. In fact, was it Temecula Valley and Vista Murrieta this week? So some big games coming up for you guys. But again, at the end of the season, D1, right? And we've seen the D1 brackets before, dude. They are brutal. There's so many good softball teams here in the southern section for Division I. But it sounds like even though you got a younger squad on the younger side, you guys should be in the mix, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the game plan, right? To be in the mix there, be in the Elite Four at the end, of the season, and make that run. But yeah, take it one game at a time, just grow. A lot of growth this year. Just every game, try to grow and get better. Work on the things that we were struggling. The game before, but and making adjustments. Softball's a game of adjustments. Make adjustments, learn from it, and move forward. And like I said, growth is really important for us. Just keep working and grinding and play every game like it's it's the last one. So every game's a playoff game from here on out for us.
That's awesome. I love that approach, that mentality. Like, I feel like every game's a playoff game to get this going. Ladies, can you go undefeated through the whole regular season? Give me some thumbs up. Is it possible?
Yeah.
Well, Coach Romero, listen, I appreciate your time, man. Congrats on the early season success, but I know you guys have some really big goals at the end of this one. But I appreciate you jumping on and talking a couple minutes about your Rams.
Thank you, Pet, man. Thanks for having us.
You got it. That is Coach Romero and the Murrieta Mesa softball team here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.
All right, there they are, the Rams, man. A lot of talent. They're working hard. They're having fun. Kind of tongue-in-cheek said maybe they'll go undefeated through the regular season. It's probably a real possibility, although the Southwestern League is tough, but the Rams are on a roll right now. Good luck to Coach Romero and Murrieta Mesa softball this season. All right, we're going to take another quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk about some Corona High School baseball, Aquinas High School baseball, and another edition of the County Clash coming up this Saturday at San Manuel Stadium. We'll be right back right after this.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Bass Athletics in Corona. Driven by passion and hard work, Bass Athletics helps student athletes push their limits, compete with heart, and build the discipline to succeed in sports, school, and life. Visit bassathletics.com. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands with Dr. Marcus Paulson. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist that you can trust. And Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken.
Hey guys, this is Jason at Ken Sporting Goods. We're almost to 1,000 Instagram followers. Tell your friends, like us, come down, see us. Thank you so much for your loyalty.
are always going to take you further. I don't think you can go into any of these organizations that are trying to help you reach your goal in terms of going to high school and being a starter, or going to college, being a collegiate athlete, without having academics first. And if you don't have that, if you're focused on surely your talent, then you're blowing a whole opportunity, a whole side of this whole development thing. You're missing the point. If you're not prioritizing that first, then you're basically prioritizing being a 5-star. And there ain't that many 5-stars out there. That's just the way it is. So if you want to become a high achieving student athlete, if you want the best possibility to play in college, you need to start with academics. That's just it.
Inland Sports.
I got to give a shout out to our local team, California Baptist University from Riverside. The men's team making it to the tournament for the very first time. They are the WAC tournament champions. In fact, this is the last season of the WAC. The WAC is going to morph into a new conference. CBU is going to jump over to the Big West Conference. So they win the final WAC title. And now they will head down to San Diego and take on the Kansas Jayhawks in the first round of the tournament coming up on Friday. I'm glass half full. I think CBU's got a chance. I know Kansas is tough, and that side of the bracket is brutal. I mean, they got Duke on that side of the bracket as well. But man, you got to love the Lancers just being in the tournament for the first time. Our local school from Riverside.
So freaking cool, man. Congratulations to them for sure. CBU, they just need to get that one kid to check out of the game, right?
Yeah.
They need to get the one kid who doesn't feel like playing. He lets the Bill Self know if he wants in or he wants out. But it's so cool. This is exactly why you got to love it, man.
Have the World Baseball Classic. Team USA has advanced to the championship game. They beat the Dominican Republic in the semifinals. 2-1 the final score last night. Man, Patrick, it had all the drama. It was a great game as the red, white, and blue moves on.
I was watching every second of it, biting off all my fingernails, and the kids coming through. Roman Anthony, Gunnar Henderson. Wow, the kids step up and hit a couple of bombs, and it's the difference in the game. Clearly the last pitch a lot of people are bitching about, but I think props to the DR, dude. I think they were a credible threat. And, their pitching had been the weakness. They got to give it up to their pitching. They stopped. I mean, you can see how they kind of got this far, though. You got to give credit to their pitching. They pitched very well against the U.S. We did not expect that because they were kind of used to just scoring like 10 runs and just out-homering people. Yeah. And they couldn't do that to the U.S., not with Skeens. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not with Mason.
Yeah, the pitching was great, man. Paul Skeens, what an awesome story. The Pittsburgh Pirates ace, probably the best pitcher in baseball right now. True patriot. I mean, if you don't know his story, he was with the Air Force Academy. He wanted to be a fighter pilot and ended up transferring to LSU, and the rest is history. But for him to go out there and just rock it, and that bullpen was lights out, man. The DR had nothing against this USA bullpen.
Inland Sports.
Hanging out with my boy Patrick in the morning on KCAL 96.7 FM every Monday and Thursday morning talking sports. Of course, CBU basketball in the big dance, talking about that, and the World Baseball Classic. USA coming up just a little bit short against Venezuela, but super proud how our American guys represented the USA at the WBC. So if you like sports, KCAL 96.7 FM every Monday and Thursday morning with my boy Patrick in the morning talking sports. All right, let's talk a little high school baseball real quick. League play is here in the land of the Big Eight. We're talking about Corona High School and King High School getting together in a Ken Sporting Goods must-see game. Actually, you can say a must-see series because the way the Big Eight stacked up this year is opponents will see each other 3 times in 1 week. So they already played the first game of the series. That was on Monday. Corona won that one 3-0 against King. If you're watching us live and amplified on Wednesday night, well, they're just finishing game 2 of that series, and they'll play again on Friday. So Corona off to an undefeated start, but King, the Wolves are off to a strong start this year too. So the Big Eight's going to be a lot of fun. Corona's the team to beat. Santiago is going to be in the mix. They've got a really strong squad, but Big 8 baseball is always fun, and it is here, man. Big 8 league play starting this week. That's a Ken Sporting Goods must-see game. Corona and King finishing up today. They'll do it again on Friday in that 3-game series between the Wolves and the Panthers. All right, let's talk some Aquinas baseball. In fact, speaking of league play, Aquinas picked up a big road victory at Arrowhead Christian on Monday, 10-1 against the Eagles. Aquinas is undefeated. They haven't played a ton of games, but they got a brutal schedule. They're going to play ACA a couple more times this week, and then it's off to North Carolina for the National High School Invitational. Carry North Carolina to the home of USA Baseball. Coach Mike Carpentier doing another great job. He's got a lot of talent. The expectations are big. Of course, a Division I playoff run at the end of the season. They're coming off a win at the County Clash against Capistrano Valley. 12-2 was that final score. Our guy Jacob Pedroza caught up with Coach Carpentier after the big win.
Inland Sports.
All right, Coach, you guys just finished a dominant victory, 12-2 over a pretty known powerhouse school in Capistrano Valley here at San Manuel Stadium. What do you think about your team's performance?
I think we came out from the first inning and showed who we were, running up on the mound. Obviously dominated on the mound today, gave up 2 hits. And the bats, were very good today. Swung the bat well the other way. Had a couple hit and runs in there, a couple bunts, kind of manufactured a couple runs. I think we ended up with about 6 or 7 stolen bases today, so that was big for us.
And then you guys have a pretty rough schedule coming up with all the big-time tournaments in North Carolina, the Boris Classic, etc. What do you guys need to work on to get ready for those?
We just need to hit. We're going to pitch. We're going to stay in the game with pitching, and we're always going to defend. So as long as the bats hit like we did today, I think we got a good opportunity, a good chance. We leave for North Carolina next Monday to play some of the best teams in the country, and that's what we signed up for.
And then lastly, just playing at a field like this, professional baseball field, what do you think that experience for the kids have been?
I think it's, there's a lot more seats out here. A lot more people can show up. Our community is great support. I think the kids, feed off of that. Obviously, it just feels like they take it to the next level. And that's what I told them after the game is we got to take this game into this week and to North Carolina after that.
Alrighty, sweet. Thank you, Coach. Best of luck in North Carolina.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Inland Sports.
All right, Coach Carp and the Falcons playing ACA again this week, and then the big NHSI, National High School Invitational in Cary, North Carolina. And finally, we've got our next county clash. I won't say the last one, but the next county clash, the second of 3 County Clash events at San Manuel Stadium, home of the Inland Empire 66ers. This one coming up on Saturday, it'll be Summit taking on Reed High School from Nevada, from Sparks, Nevada. We also have Bloomington taking on Canyon Springs. That's the middle game. And the nightcap, Harupa Hills taking on Kaiser out there at the County Clash. Hope to see you out there. 3 games, 3 good ones out there at the home of the 66ers. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Inland Sports Show. If you made it this far, please subscribe to our Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. If you haven't done so already, we'd appreciate it. Give this video a like, and please share the show. Share the video. That helps us get out there more, helps us do more for the IE. More great interviews, positive stories, highlights, all that good stuff. We love bringing it to you each and every week. That's going to do it for this edition of the Inland Sports Show. Big thanks to our guest, Murrieta Mesa Rams softball, and of course, the one and only Mr. March, Dominique Daniels Jr. Best of luck to CBU men's and women's basketball in the NCAA Tournament. My name is Pep Fernandez. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.